and sold their home in Denver, packed up all their belongings, started homeschooling their tweens, and converted a school bus into a tiny home. And it's all to spend the year traveling across the country to help open up the conversation about mental health and addiction. I love this so much. Robyn and Tim will be part of an event tonight at Lucious Q, and they join us this morning, and we'll talk more about the event that everyone is invited to, and it's free, by the way. But first, welcome.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to have you here. I saw you guys, I cannot remember where I first saw you, on some national media somewhere, or a blog or something about mental health, and then I saw that you were coming here, and I thought, I've got to get them on the set. I'm so interested in your journey. First of all, how did this whole thing start that you said, I'm gonna sell my house and everything I own and live in a bus and travel around the country?
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna blame Tim for the whole bus thing. But you know, I've struggled with my own mental illness and have been in long-term recovery from anxiety and eating disorder for many, many years. And I had just come back from Australia after putting my dad into an assisted living who had also struggled with mental illness. And I just had that moment of the difference between him and me is that I got to ask for help. I got the help that I needed, and therefore my life is different.
Right.
And you know, that just really hit home for me. And so we've been long-term advocates for mental health and addiction, and we wanted to take it to the next level. Instead of just speaking to professionals about what we're doing, we really felt the need to connect. Tim says, connection is the currency of wellness.
Ooh.
And I really love that. I really love that concept of when people see, if we see people that have mental illness and addiction and we say, I see you, I hear you, that has such a healing element to it.
Oh, absolutely. And so you packed up on this bus and you decided to head out around the country. What are you doing as you travel and live in this bus? With your two kids, by the way.
Yes. So we're doing 30 events throughout the country. They're community events. They're free of charge. We go into communities and we talk about ways that we can end stigma for mental illness and addiction. So how do we create a new narrative? You know, there's this very hush-hush, don't talk about this. And if you do talk about it, you're like, you're so brave for talking about it. Somehow that implies that we've had this big bad secret that is threatening when we come out with it. So we want to talk about ways that actually, you know, 1 in 5 people have mental illness. And do you know that there are so many people in the world that have overcome or maintain a recovery in their mental illness that live fulfilling, rich lives that contribute massively to society? Yeah,
like myself. I mean, I talk all the time on the air because I think it's important to talk about it, that I live with depression and I've had eating disorders, and you know, and I wouldn't say completely recovered from all those things, but I have found help, and you can live
life is manageable. Life is beyond manageable, right? We contribute massively to society. We have fulfilling lives. We have great families. There is a lot of things that we don't hear about, and we don't hear about the 25 million people in long-term recovery from addiction either, you know?
A whole nother aspect that, you know.
So we're changing the narrative. I think when we speak about it more, we bring more hope and people are inclined to talk about it.
Now, you have 2 preteens, right?
We have one just turned 13. You say
they're over here. How are they doing living on a bus for a year?
Well, I gotta give them props. I mean, we honor them like every single day. We it's a struggle for all of us. We're 5 months into it, so part of our mental health on the bus is that we talk about this. You know, we have to be mentally fit because it's a big challenge to travel consistently for 5 months.
With each other.
I'm sure.
With each other in a small space.
Anybody that would be challenging for. Well, I wish I had more time with you, but we have to wrap up. But I do want to let you know you can meet these folks, and the girls will be there tonight too, right? At this free event. It's called Throw Stigma Under the Bus community event. It's tonight, and it's going to go from 5 to 7 at our favorite barbecue place, one of our favorites, Lucious Q on Broadway. You can go to local12.com and click on the Get It Now button for links. But anybody's invited to come down, have some barbecue, and just do what we're supposed to do, and just get it out there in the open and talk about it.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for taking the time to stop by.
Thanks for having us.
We'll be right back.